Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Mother, hold our hand, take us across from unreal to real, from darkness of ignorance to the wisdom of light, from death to immortality. Mother, may the divine consciousness light up our heart and take away all our obstacles from this spiritual journey. Jai Guru. Welcome, devotees. So today we are continuing with the last Sunday's sessions of the basics of the spiritual life. And we'll get a little more in detail. Today I'll cover just about 15-20 minutes on this so that it gives you food for thought. Remember to ask some questions, do some more research, and we shall get back. Basically, being human. Have you noticed, most of us tend to say whenever there is a situation, and we say, I'm only human, meaning the word human is being taken by us as what? As a sign of, full of limitations. As if I'm only human. Meaning, I can't do so much of great thing, good thing. Nobody seems to be saying, I am human. Nobody's proud to say that. But just look at it. In the basics of the spiritual life, is to get disconnected with this name, the body, the gender, the form, the position, the social status, is to get connected, called antahkarana. Now the spiritual life for most of us has started in a very gradual way. Maybe there was a triggering, reading a book, reading maybe some very special YouTube sessions, listening to them, meeting a great personality, maybe a great monk, or some such person, or as it happens to me as I see it, my dear devotees, it happens generally when it's supposed to happen, it happens and continues to happen. And everything comes at one time. And then, I am human. Look at it carefully. In the basics of the spiritual life, it reminds me of my flying days. If we had a break, just a short break, 15 days break, or 30 days break, holiday, when you come back, you have to appear for again tests, again appear for flying tests, ground subject tests, technical tests, and then only you're allowed to go into that aircraft. But how come when we give a break, we don't take a technical instructions or usual manual study? Did you realize, the mobile telephone companies have discovered that most of these mobile operators, meaning more than 90%, operate with their mobiles, whether iPhone 16 or S24 Samsung, not aware of more than 7 to 8% of the technical what it can do. Not more than 7 to 8%. And most of us are pretty happy just knowing how to make a call, go to the WhatsApp, or watch the Facebook, or maybe check our email. That's it, pretty good. 90% of the people don't even know more than 7 to 8%. I was just reflecting that I have my great friend, Silas sir, and I keep telling him, come on, teach me more. But that urge to know more goes away. We are all surface mongers. The basics of the spiritual life is to get down deeper. And when it comes to, when you get intoxicated, you are always champion. Dr. Doolittle, he is the specialist doctor teaching in the United States right now, and he is the dean of the medical the hospital teaching the student. He was happened to be talking to our very famous guru Sadhguru. I happened to hear Dr. Doolittle was telling Sadhguru, Sadhguru, please advise. You are known all over the world and bring up their mental. My doctors, my nurses, they work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and they're totally bushed. They're totally worked out. They break down. What is the answer? Sadhguru said something very nice. I felt I must mention it to you. He said, tell them to start loving their work. If they love their work, if they think passionately about their commitment, he said, I work 7 days a week, 24/7, and I am never tired. And I am reflecting it when we were, and currently with all of us, it's always such a joy to be in that we are blessed to be amongst all of us, to be with the children, to be with the teachers, to be with the couples, parents, to take on that journey. It may have been a book which triggered our journey. It may have started very slowly. We do not know possibly when did it start, but it did happen, and it started to blossom. It reminds me, my garden guy every day morning, they put flowers in our school in front of our revered the Swami Vivekananda, Paramahansa Ramakrishna, Babaji, Holy Mother Sharada, and various other special gurus. And I often used to wonder in the beginning that when they would put, in the morning when we come there, we see the flower is right in the budding stage. It is still not fully open. And I used to wonder, why do they put such flower? It's not fully open. They should have put a full flower. And I started noticing that by the time I leave, that is between 3, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time, I noticed that bud has fully blossomed. And it looks so beautiful. One way is to put a fully blossomed flower, but that will wither by the time through the day. So the gardener is very wise. He knows about it, that we want the whole day the blossoming growing. When I'm reading at this concept of the basics of the spiritual life, it reminds me that consciousness, which is not the body, not the mind, not our senses. With the senses, we see the world and we bring the world to us. But think for a second, if I am unconscious, if you are in coma, can you see the world? The world will vanish from you. Why? Because you're not conscious. We do not realize it. We are unconscious of our power of the consciousness. Like the few days back, there was a full moon. We saw the full moon. And we enjoyed, and we told our partners, friends, children, what beautiful moonlight. There was a full moon. And the full moon was flooding the earth's surface, our areas around. Think, did we ever say, what beautiful sunlight? You and I know, moon doesn't have its own light. It's the sunlight. You and I know today, being an Advaita Vedantist, that it is not your mind, it is not your brain, it is not your name, form, or the function. It is your consciousness. And that consciousness is the one to awakening. It's the journey with the spirituality. So it's always great to get back to the foundation. There was Swami Vivekananda's, one of the direct disciple. His name was Swami Achalananda. He used to be very famous known as Kedar Baba. He left his body around 1960s, and our whole family, our mother and father, used to take us to Ramakrishna Mission, Velur Math. We may have known, but I do not know who was Kedar Baba. I only remember Ranganatha Nanda, who was then in pretty, He was in 80s then. But the worth mentioning of Kedar Baba, Achalananda Swami, is that whenever anybody who goes, whether they are monk brothers or they're devotees like you and I, he used to say in Bengali, Swami Vivekananda's direct disciple, okay? He used to say in Bengali, Mone ache, only that much. Do you remember? What? Apparently, it's a very, very funny statement. Do you remember? Remember what? The monks used to remember the day they chose to renounce their samsaric life and absolutely plunge down into so-called a life of a monk. Devotees remembered that how they took on to the spiritual life and how they are linked up now with more and more the mission and the ashram. These ashram missions and the great monks and the great people, and today you and I are blessed with YouTube. Anytime, 24/7 is available, and wonderful technical arrangements, and with the artificial intelligence, with the bot Gemini and Chat GPT, you get wonderful data bank. Whenever you want, whatever you want, you can listen to it. And keep on refreshing yourself and charging yourself. Just like the fighter pilot is to charge up technical data, today you can do that. Most important in the basics of the spiritual life, do not forget that sadhana chatushta, viveka, vairag, shat sampatti, and mumukshattam, mumukshattam, mumukshattam. Sadhana chatushta. Viveka. Vivekananda's name came from that. Knowing what is real, what is not real. And Vairag. Vairag is discriminating that what is not real. I don't need it. Somebody went and complained Paramahansa Ramakrishna Thakur, I saw Naren eating rice and mutton outside Dakshineshwar temple. So when Naren came inside, Paramahansa Ramakrishna said, Naren, they are telling that you were eating mutton and rice. He said, yes, I was eating. So the other guy said, but how? You're supposed to be a direct disciple of Paramahansa Ramakrishna. You're eating meat? He said, listen, yes, I was eating, but I can live also on 1 grain of rice. Meaning, this discrimination, that power of the Vairag, that the moment he wishes, he can renounce. And, in the 3rd volume of Gospels of Ramakrishna, Kathamrita, those of you Bengali versions you've read, or the English version, in the 3rd volume, at the end, Swami Vivekananda is saying, and he's talking to Master Mahasaya, Master M, that, he told me, I heard him telling, he told me that this is enough for you now. And Master Mahasaya saying, yes, he told us that the moment Naren knows who he is, he is going to leave his body. And he left his body at 39, very young age. He completed his entire journey in just about 12 years of life. In which what all he created. This is the connection. When you start to get connected, you get from everywhere. And then nature itself connects you with the right people, connects you with the right book. I remember long time back, and my elder brother, Sir Deepu, he is here right now with us. He keeps connecting me to various connections. How does it happen? And I find, otherwise I don't have any time to read the mail or the WhatsApp message. But I somehow always get drawn to that, and I find a new angle to share with all of you. Now, in this journey, I want you to understand this. Do you remember? How did we take on this? To be what? I am human. What the purpose? See, all living beings have a beginning and they have an end. The journey from birth to death. All living creatures, talk it plant, animal, grasshoppers, or deer, they also eat, they also live, they also procreate, they also grow old, they also die. What are most of us are doing? This is what it means is that religion and spirituality. Most of us are religion, either out of fear or out of compulsion. No, if I don't do it, I will get a curse. Now, how can God curse you? God is our divine mother, father, Brahman, and most importantly, being an Advaita Vedantist, no, Aham Brahmasmi, Mehi Brahmahu, that God is within me. I am human. The brain cortex and the spiritual, this center which is within us, this enormous, the topmost life form in this universe, and we are not utilizing. And look carefully, all of us are suffering. If I'm poor, I'm suffering because I have no money. If I'm given money, then I'm suffering from paying tax and trying to make more money and trying to save money. Remember one king and his diwan, they were going for a walk. And king saw one farmer man with his wife and two kids playing, joyful, laughter, enjoying. Very simple farmer. And king told his minister, I wish I could laugh like that. They're so free and you could see the joy in their face, blooming. What is the secret? So the minister said, 99. So the king said, 99? What is it? He said, sir, you give me 99 gold coin, I'll show it to you. The king said, okay, take it. So next day the minister came in the morning and quietly put it in front of the farmer's closed door. The farmer, when he opened the door, he suddenly found a bag full of something. He opened it and he had a heart attack. Gold coins, 99. He counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 99. He said, something is wrong. Can't be 99. Again counted. Wife said, you don't know how to count it. Come on, I'll count it for you. She also counted 99. He said, really 99? Farmer said, listen, I am not going to let it go till it becomes 100. Wife said, listen, we never had money. Now we have been given by God. At least spend $2, buy some clothes, buy some good food. Let's go and have a little, food outside. He said, no. You and I have to show constraint. We have to save. Save now. The husband kept working harder to get one more gold coin. One day, wife, after a few days, he said, look at this nut. He's got 99 gold coin and he's not spending it. So she quietly took gold coin, 2 of them, and went up, busted up and bought some nice shirts for her husband and children. And husband comes back and she comes and said, look at this shirt. Do you like this one or this one? I bought both for you. He said, wait, where do you get the money from? She said, see, you are really being so funny. You're not spending that money. Now she can't call him nut. He said, what? You spent 2 gold coin? And there began quarrel. And the minister brought king back after a few days and came and said, stood there and there. Husband is one side, wife is at one side. They're not looking at each other. All the joy is gone. And the children are saying, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. King said, what happened? He said, this is the secret of 99. And why is this? Lack of vairag. Knowing what is viveka, discrimination. This takes you to Shat Sampatti. What is Shat Sampatti? Shama, controlling of mind. Dhamma, controlling of the senses. Uparati, utilize all that power that you gathered from Shama and Dhamma to focus on to understanding essence of the spiritual. You know, difference between spiritual and religion. Today, I don't know if you all are aware, I must have mentioned with you, there's some group growing in a very big number in the Western world, particularly in America. They call themselves SBNR, spiritual but not religious. But what do they mean? They're not being skeptical about religion. They're not insulting religion. They said we are spiritual, but we don't want religion. Why? Because they keep reading in the name of religion, lots of people are doing lots of things. Negative thing, wrong thing. And there is quarrel between one religious belief to another religious belief. They say, we don't want that religion. We are spiritual. We want to be good. We want to be kind. We want to be honest. But we don't want it. Now what happens? There is a big problem in that. You and I might get tempted to say, I'm also spiritual but not religious. Following a group, an ashrama, a concept, a philosophy, which has been over thousands of years, or over at least 150 years, like Swami Vivekananda Ramakrishna order. You are enriching from the rich heritage of them. If you start on your own, it's a danger. You might start at a wrong way, and it may cause great danger for your life. So be careful. Whatever path you take in Advaita Vedanta, Eko Ham Bahoshama. Ekam Sat Bahuda Vidunti. I am one. But I look at everybody. What is that? Everybody's got different name, body, form, function, gender. But everybody is one consciousness. This is the foundation. So, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha. I'm not going to give up. You and I'm not going to give up till I reach my goal. Vivekananda say, Uttishtata Jagrata, Chadaivati Chadaivati. Stop not till the goal is reached. And after Titiksha, Shraddha, respect. Respect for what you read, what you listen. Listen to it with absolute 100% attention. Mind will drift. All of our mind keeps drifting. So what? If it drifts, just catch hold of it and bring it back. Keep bringing it back. Again running away, again bring it back. Don't try to fight the mind. Let it go. Let new thoughts come. Let distractive ideas come. Let it come, golden rule. Let it come, let it be, let it go. It will go away. Try and think from the morning how many new thoughts you have had. And how long did it stay with you? Few minutes, maybe an hour, and it's gone. No? Same way. Let it come, let it be. Don't let it disturb your meditation or your practices or your reading. And let it go. It will go away. And replace it with a powerful, that conceptual understanding of Advaita. Ekam Sat. And what the fourth one? So these are Shata Sampatti is the third one. It is actually one, but it is hidden with 6 concepts. Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhana. Bring a balance to the samsara. Don't run up to the Himalayas, Vivekananda's word. Stay at home. Whatever role you have been placed with, work with it, being 100%. Of whatever, husband, wife, daughter, son, professional, or partner, or just friend, or colleague, whatever role. And what the Mumukshattam is the fourth. Viveka, Vairag, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshattam. What is Mumukshattam? Intense desire for oneness. Ask Divine Mother. You know, my Divine Mother Kali is my Jagat Janani. Ask her. Or you have Krishna, or Allah, or Christ, or you have Shiva, whichever. By the way, do you know what does Shiva mean? Shiva. I just came to be aware. It's something very nice. Shiva means that which is not. That which is not. He's eternal. It is, and what is Advaita? is Ekam Sat, meaning everything else is not. So what is the only truth? Is that supreme. But look at it carefully, deviating a little bit. Jagat Janani Mother is standing on that Shiva. Can you imagine? The world's supreme power, and he is helplessly lying. And Mother, the Maya, is standing on top and dancing. Now, not really dancing, but the Puranic story goes ahead and tells that how Maya is more superior than the Supreme. So you and I need to evade that by regular practices of all this. The basics of the spiritual form, we're going to take on more in the coming days. Now, in most cases, you will say, but I want to, but it doesn't happen. Something else comes up. Remember, it is gradual process. After all, you have been bombarded with the material world, and we want money and fun and pleasure. From there, take on the journey. Shravanam, listen with respect. Mananam, reflect, read, ask question. And Nididhyasanam. What is Nididhyasanam? I don't think this works. How can I be Brahman? Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah. Sit still. Be with it. Let it seep into you. And you will be surprised to find how the nourishments will come. Maybe from a monk, maybe from a talk from YouTube, maybe your brothers will send it to you something, or maybe an ashrama. And take on the journey. You will get connected with company of people like you, devotee. Many of you may have been decades with it, and you'll get connected to the like-minded people. So, remember, we are not human beings. We are not human beings seeking spiritual perfection. We are the perfect spiritual being having a human experience. We need to get out of this shell. Just like the old clothes, this body and the clothes, we need to discard it. Someday we have to discard it. Once you're fearless about death, you're joyful about every moment. Little bit of sickness, little bit of something happened, it's okay, just take care of it. And you know what? The moment you get connected, that consciousness, remember, golden three rule. If I take away your memory, just take away your memory. Okay? You have no memory now. Are you with me? You don't know your family members. You don't remember your house, your car, your mobile, your money. Everything is gone. You and I become like worms. No? If I just take away the memory, it's so powerful. But we're using it for what? Memory is past. We are remembering the bad things. You forgot my anniversary last year, I remember. Or you look at a person, the moment they see you, remember the bad thing she or he had done to you. No? And the present. Present is experience. Past, present, experience. You must remember the golden, beautiful things. If nothing is coming, read a good book, listen to something. Bring good thing, present, experience the joy. Have a smile on your face. And now with the past good, present good experience, create the future called imagination. Visualize. What? Whatever you want. Whatever you are today. If you're a doctor today, have you realized? You must have thought about becoming a doctor 10, 15, 20 years back. Supposing you are a teacher today. You thought about being a teacher, isn't it? Visualize. When you sit still, imagine you're glowing with the divine light, which is the consciousness. Remember good things, experience the joy, have a gentle smile. You don't have to artificially smile, okay? And visualize. Tell Divine Mother, I don't know how. You better make sure you get it. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. If I take away Purnam from Purnam, Purnam alone remains. Remember, we are Purnam. Jai Guru.